Good morning. We're going to be looking at your course content for Thursday, June 9th and Sunday, June 12th, and then Thursday, June 16th. I'm going to cut these videos into 3. So we're going to start right here with Thursday, June 9th. So to get familiar with the class, I want you to understand the read, watch, do. These are your 3 tasks to get done by this date, all right, by this time. You're going to read the following. You're going to watch the videos that are attached, and then you have your assignments. So this is your material. The read and the watch is your material. The do are your assignments that are due this week. Something I want you to see really quick is under the do, on discussion 1, it says original post. So if you read anything about the discussions, you know that the expectation for these is that you create or construct one discussion that's between 200 and 300 words that answers the discussion prompt. But then you also have to reply to 2 people. So the next due date, which would be a Sunday, you're going to see complete 2 replies for discussion 1. So discussion 1 as a whole is really not due until Sunday, June 12th, but I've broken it up into 2 parts so that you can do and meet the expectation easier. If I tell you to get it all done in one day, you're going to be waiting for students to post their discussions so that you can reply. And from my experience, a lot of students wait until the very last minute to do this, and so it makes it really difficult. So I want you to understand the distinction there. For every discussion, your original post will be due on one day, and then you'll have 3 more days to reply to 2 people to meet the full expectation and get full points. Okay, so let's dive into this folder. I've broken it down by chapter, okay, and then your discussion is down here at the bottom. If you click on chapter 1, you're going to see learning tools and you're going to see your assignment, okay? So your learning tools, if you click in here, there's your textbook, which is going to take you right to your textbook. So if you click on it, it should take you over to where you can find your ebook online, and then you can start reading, okay? Other things you're going to see in this are your chapter 1 PowerPoint, which is a PDF that goes over like the ins and outs of chapter 1. You're going to see the outline, okay, which is basically exactly what it sounds like. It's just an outline to show you what chapter 1 deals with. Maybe you can use this for notes. It can help you when you're trying to understand the different sections of chapter 1. Other things you're going to find are flashcards. So these are interactive. These go over terms and concepts. These are wonderful if it's really tough for you to understand what things mean, or if you learn better through understanding the terms. So sociology, you can flip for the answer and it gives it to you, or if you like, you can put the definition first, and that way you understand what the and you guess the term. It's a great study tool, okay? Use these as you like. These are wonderful, especially if you're not great at like reading chapters. I understand that. Used to be a student myself. Sometimes it's tough to sit down in a textbook and read word for word in a chapter. So I've given you all these different elements to fit your learning style. So if reading the book is what you want to do, jump in, read the book, get familiar with it, read it word for word. It's wonderfully written. It's a great textbook. If it's not your jam, maybe just get in your textbook and kind of look through the bold words, do some scanning, and then use the PowerPoint and the flashcards to really help you grasp the concepts. The other things you have at your disposal are all of these wonderful videos. As a whole, our sociology department got together and found the absolute best videos out there to understand big concepts in sociology. This is an introduction course, so you're learning a bunch of different things. I can't tell you how wonderful these videos are. So if you are a visual learner and you like videos and you can learn better from videos, then these videos are for you. I cannot stress that enough. What I want you to do though is please, please, please make sure that you get familiar with the chapter before you try to do the assignment. All right. So for chapter 1, you have an inquisitive. So you've done your how to use inquisitive, and I'm going to send out an announcement that breaks down the importance of inquisitives and helps you understand it in that way as well. I'm going to click into the chapter 1 inquisitive. So this is your assignment. Some things that you need to know, okay? I'm going to go ahead and try this activity as a student so you can see what you look like, okay? Is you can gain or lose points for incorrect answers. So you are gambling with the amount of points that you have. To pass this inquisitive with the 100, you have to first answer 10 questions. You will not get a grade for this assignment or any inquisitive assignment if you don't answer a minimum of 10 questions. The other thing to get a 100 on this assignment is you have to get at least 800 points, okay, which is not hard because you can get 100 points for every question, okay? But you can also change the point value of the question if maybe you don't know it or you're like, ooh, I don't want to gamble, okay? So if you look down here, this is what you need to get a 100. Now, if you answer 10 questions and you have like 500 points, you may get like a 60 on the assignment. You're still going to get a grade, but if you want to work towards a 100, you just got to keep answering questions till you get 800 points. You can make a 100 on any inquisitive. As long as you answer 10 questions, you get 800 points. If you answer 40 questions and get 800 points, you're going to get a 100. I don't want you to do that because it's going to take a really long time. So what I want you to do is I want you to review the material before you jump into the inquisitive. Something I also want to show you. So when you start the inquisitive, start answering questions. I want to show you this right here. So they're all going to look a little different. It's kind of an interactive game. This is a true or false. But this is what I want to show you. If you don't know the question, click on this and it brings up the page in the ebook where you can find the answer or at least the content to help you answer the question. Okay, so please use that. Don't rush through these. Find what you need. It's right there. Okay, the other thing, please don't keep your question confidence at 20 points. You will have to answer a minimum of 40 questions to get 800 right here if you have it on 20 every time. I'm telling you, go big or go home. Have it at 100 points the whole time and then get going. Use all the tools at your disposal. And by the time you answer 10 questions, I bet you're going to have a 100. So this score has to be 100 to get, or has to be 800 to get a 100. But you only have to answer 10 questions to get a grade right here. So if you answer 10 questions and this is 600, this may say 80 instead of 100. If you're good with that, great. If you want to get 100, keep answering questions, okay? As long as your current grade says 0, that means you have not answered 10 questions yet. All right, so I'm going to send out an email to kind of help you guys with that. So overall, due on Thursday this week, you have chapter 1, you have chapter 2, which looks a lot like chapter 1. You have your learning tools, do what works for you, okay? You have your inquisitive, same thing as chapter 1, 10 questions, 800 points, but regardless, at least 10 questions. And you have an application assignment, okay? So this application assignment is a written assignment using a minimum of 250 words. So if you click into this assignment, you can submit it 2 ways. You can write your submission here. To get that 250 words, I tell you to write it on a Word document, or you can attach a file, okay? What I don't want you to do is I never want you to submit assignment using the comments box, all right? That is not what that's for, okay? It puts it in a weird spot in my grade book and it's very difficult to grade. Please do not do that. Either write your submission or attach a file, okay? The other thing that's due this week is your discussion 1, okay? Well, you have chapter 3 as well. So 1, 2, and 3, you're going to read, review, do the inquisitives. Chapter 2 has your application assignment this week. Discussion 1, you have 3 different questions you're going to answer, and these all pertain to chapters 1, 2, and 3. You're going to answer them using between 200 and 300 words, And for this week, I just want you to focus on creating your original post. Next week, you can do, or next due date, you can do the 2 replies. So to do that, you click into discussion 1 and you create a thread. Okay, so when you create the thread, you put your subject here and you type up your answer. You can copy and paste that from a Word document. It just may mess up your formatting, so you might want to correct that before you hit submit. Okay, so that is what you have due this week. All right, so under course content, we looked at Thursday, June 9th. You're doing chapters 1, 2, and 3. How you learn the material, I've given you so many different options. You pick, okay? Videos, PowerPoint, reading word for word, whatever you need to. You're going to do chapters 1, 2, and 3 inquisitives. Just answer a minimum of 10 questions to get a grade. Get 800 points to get a 100. And then create your discussion 1 post. All right? If y'all have any questions, let me know.